Hey there, welcome back. In today's video, we're diving deep into the topic of insecurity and how it affects our lives, our relationships, and our overall well-being. Ever feel like those fleeting thoughts of doubt and fear are holding you back? Well, you're not alone. Insecurity is something that we all experience, but the key is learning how to manage it and rise above those moments of uncertainty. Whether it's in our personal lives, at work, or with loved ones, insecurity can lead to distress and counterproductive behavior. But here's the good news. We have the power to dismiss these negative thoughts and stay connected to our ideal selves, feeling joyful, compassionate, and wise. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn how to shift your mindset, improve your relationships, and keep your spirits high even during the tough times. Let's get started. Insecurity is the root of much of the distress and counterproductive behavior that we experience in life. These feelings often arise from fleeting thoughts of inadequacy or fear, which, if left unchecked, can spiral into deeper states of anxiety and unease. When we allow ourselves to dwell on these thoughts, we stray further from our ideal selves, those versions of us that are easygoing, joyful, compassionate, and wise. However, by dismissing these insecure thoughts, we can maintain our sense of security and well-being. 1. Understanding insecurity and its effects. The human mind is complex, and thoughts of insecurity can often pop up without warning. It's natural to have moments of self-doubt or fear, but what truly matters is how we respond to these thoughts. If we choose to dwell on them, they can grow, feeding into a cycle of distress and anxiety. This is why it's so important to recognize these thoughts for what they are, temporary and often unfounded, and to dismiss them before they take root. By doing so, we protect our mental and emotional well-being, allowing ourselves to remain centered, secure, and aligned with our ideal selves. 2. The pitfalls of problem-focused thinking. One common approach to dealing with distress is to analyze and dissect our problems, hoping that understanding them more deeply will lead to solutions. However, this method often backfires. By fixating on our problems, we become experts in our own misery, deepening our sense of hopelessness rather than alleviating it. This is particularly evident in therapeutic settings where clients are encouraged to list their problems. While the intention is to gain clarity, the result is often a deepened awareness of everything that's wrong, which can be overwhelming and discouraging. When we're in a low mood, even the smallest issues can seem insurmountable. In this state, our perception is skewed, making every problem appear larger and more daunting than it truly is. Conversely, when we're in a positive state of mind, the same problems seem manageable or even insignificant. This demonstrates the power of our mental state in shaping our experience of reality. 3. Relationships and the power of perspective. In relationships, maintaining a sense of well-being is crucial. When we feel good about ourselves and our lives, we're more likely to view our partners with warmth and respect, even during challenging times. Differences that might otherwise cause friction are seen as complementary, adding richness to the relationship rather than detracting from it. However, when we're in a low mood, those same differences can seem like irreconcilable incompatibilities. This shift in perspective is a powerful reminder that our feelings of compatibility or incompatibility are often less about the actual differences between us and more about how we feel at any given moment. Negative feelings can cloud our judgment, making us believe that we are fundamentally incompatible with our partners when, in reality, the issue lies in our temporary state of mind. 4. The role of communication in relationships. Communication is often described as the lifeblood of a relationship, but it's important to remember that the content of our communication is deeply influenced by our emotional state. When we're feeling positive, our words and actions reflect that, and our relationships thrive as a result. However, when we're in a negative state of mind, our communication can become a conduit for our insecurities, fears, and frustrations, which can drive a wedge between us and our partners. It's crucial to be mindful of this dynamic and to recognize that our urge to talk things out when we're feeling low might not always be the best course of action. Sometimes, it's better to wait until our mood improves before addressing issues, as this can lead to more constructive and less emotionally charged conversations. 5. Emotions as temporary states. Emotions are powerful, but they are also fleeting. They do not necessarily reflect reality, but rather our momentary perspective on it. For example, when we're in a low mood, our thoughts tend to be negative, which in turn fuels more negative emotions. This can create a vicious cycle that distorts our view of the world and our relationships. However, it's important to remember that these emotions are not permanent. Just as a fire can temporarily divert our attention from an intense argument, shifting our focus can often dissipate negative emotions, revealing them to be less significant than they initially seemed. This realization can help us navigate difficult moments with greater ease, knowing that our emotions are just temporary states that don't have to dictate our actions or our perception of reality. 6. Navigating low moods and avoiding snap judgments. When we're in a low mood, it's natural to feel compelled to make decisions or to seek validation for our feelings by communicating them to others. However, this is often the least advisable time to make important decisions or to have serious conversations. Our thinking is clouded and our judgment is impaired, which can lead to decisions and actions that we later regret. Instead, it's wiser to wait until our mood improves before making significant decisions or addressing conflicts. This allows us to approach situations with a clearer mind and a more balanced perspective, reducing the likelihood of unnecessary conflict or regret. 7. The importance of acceptance and the power of a change of heart. One of the most powerful tools for improving relationships is acceptance. When we accept our partners as they are, without trying to change them, we create an environment of security and trust. This, in turn, makes it more likely that our partners will feel comfortable and secure enough to make positive changes on their own. A change of heart, whether it involves letting go of ill will, embracing differences, or simply choosing to focus on the positive aspects of a relationship, can have a profound impact on the dynamics of that relationship. Even a small shift in attitude can create a positive spiral, leading to greater harmony and mutual understanding. 8. Transcending problems and focusing on the positive. Focusing on problems is one of the most common relationship killers. It drags down our spirits and makes situations seem worse than they actually are. However, it's important to remember that problems are often just illusions created by our insecure state of mind. When we view situations through a lens of insecurity, everything seems problematic. But when we approach the same situations with a positive mindset, those problems often dissolve, revealing themselves to be nothing more than temporary challenges or differences in perspective. In relationships, it's often more beneficial to transcend problems rather than to tackle them head-on. By focusing on understanding and appreciating our differences rather than trying to fix them, we can create a more harmonious and fulfilling relationship. Conclusion: insecurity and low moods are natural parts of life, but they don't have to define our experiences or our relationships. By recognizing these emotions as temporary states and choosing to focus on the positive, we can navigate challenges with greater ease and maintain a sense of well-being. In relationships, this means embracing differences, communicating with care, and focusing on the aspects that bring us joy and fulfillment. Ultimately, it's our perspective that shapes our reality, and by choosing to see the best in ourselves and others, we can create a more positive and harmonious life. And that's a wrap for today's video. I hope you found some valuable insights on how to handle insecurity and keep those negative thoughts at bay. Remember, it's all about maintaining a positive mindset and understanding that our emotions are just reflections of our thoughts, nothing more. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need a little boost today. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our weekly doses of positivity and personal growth. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you handle insecurity in your own life? Drop a comment below and let's get a conversation going. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, stay positive and keep shining.